Alright. Whee! Okay, but this video is just gonna be me talking about ideas I have for Shmackle. First off, let me make sure the camera doesn't disappear. Okay, I'm gonna do that later. But first idea is in the short, you know the new Smackdown? Guess what? That was already an idea I had. Like, what if there was a boxing arena? Which was crazy, because they just now made a boxing arena. Now, besides the crazy coincidence, I was thinking, like, what if instead change GURT, make it minigames, and then with the minigames, make a prop hunt where it takes your GURT, puts into objects, and then the more you get found, you get teleported away and become a different prop, but you still become faintly GURTed. Like, you'll be covered in more GURT the more you get found. Then eventually the round ends and redo, I guess. I don't know. Besides prop hunt, they made Smackdown. I was thinking, like, if they could make a catch the flag, but I was like, what would they call it? Catch the shag? I don't know what they would call catch the flag or how it would work, so probably don't touch catch the flag. But I was still thinking of prop hunt, Smackdown, and GURT. Change GURT, make it minigames, and then put all three of those in there, and then make the history room a museum. Now, at the offshore, this is just one idea. Like, first off, the place feels, I don't know, it's not the best that it probably could be. It feels almost plain. There is guns, robots fighting, but kind of plain. Besides that, whenever I try to, like, punch them with my fist, it always activates the gun and my shoulder gun, so then I have to, like, unequip all this stuff, and I don't have a time for that, so I don't even use the punch fist. It would help if there's a bunch of, like, signs or pro bros all giving you hints like, hey, did you know that you can clench your fist and punch robots? I'm a NPC. Totally original. But, like, besides that, there's also not many players in the offshore. And that's also a bit of a problem, because the offshore is my favorite place, and I love killing robots, going pew pew pew. But there's not many people. Same with other people's favorite places, like GURT. There's also not many people. There's actually another Shmackle YouTuber who pointed this out, and there's no people in GURT or offshore or in Saga. There's just, like, it's mostly just, like, chill, kinda. But no really offshore GURT. There needs to be something that makes sure people stay in the offshore or in GURT, or at least stay in an area. You know? Now, besides the little coinkydink, there was also one more area I was thinking about. Yeah, so in the Gigabro boss room. Oh, that feels weird. Feels weird. Yeah, but in that room, it's got the Gigabro. Here's the thing. With the shotguns, when you shoot, when you first shoot, all the bullets are collected in this one area. But, like a few seconds after you shoot, all the bullets, like, span out. Which means if you go right up to a boss, like, you go up to the boss and then shoot, it's gonna get all the bullets and make sure they hit all of them, which makes it way too easy, but then also means it's way too hard for some other people who only have, like, the pepper. It also feels a little bit hard for the new players to be able to get a bunch of stuff, because, like, that it's very difficult. 6,000 is already pretty hard. And plus, if people don't... Yeah, that's also another idea I just had. Yeah, I'll go back to the Gigabro boss fight later. But when you're buying all the gear and stuff, There's just one tinky tiny little problem. Oh, I had a little burp. Oh. But when people go to buy it, they're like, "Oh, I should buy this one," but then it not be that good. Like for me, I would buy 2 shotguns and then 2 electrical shoulder guns. Those are the best. It would help if there's like descriptions to describe like this one does blah 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 blah, blah and this one does blah 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 blah, but this one uses blah 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 blah. Like descriptions to describe the benefits and downsides of each weapon, which would really help describe new weapons for new players who don't have an idea in the world which one is good. I do think shotguns are still pretty good, just because they're my favorite. They're pretty good. Besides that, back in the Giga Bro boss room. So, back in the Giga Bro boss room, I was thinking like, what if you were able to, like, I was already telling you about how when you shoot a boss, it either becomes way too easy or way too hard. But here's the thing, I was thinking like all around the room there was like platforms, those fart pads in the original GUR. They would like bounce you around the entire map. Or not entire like be too OP that he can't hit you, but also make it a bit more hard for people who have a lot of weapons, and make them just a little bit less hostile for people who have like no weapons or no tokens, XP, however you describe it. Like the more XP you have, the more difficult he is, but the less XP you have, the more easy he is. Get the gist? Okay. I was also thinking like a force field that would still allow you to hit him, but block you from like OP cheating it by like, you know, doing the method I told you about. But rather than doing that, like it would make you this far away, and then all the bullets would like span out, and then not do as much damage and not make it like cheating or OP. And plus, some other people still want to be able to fight the boss, and if people just come in like, oh, done, then yeah, it becomes a little too hard. Now, besides all the mini games, history, offshore, new weapons, there's still just one more little area. Over here at the experiments train station. Yeah. Now, at the train station, there is one little thing I wish they could do. First off, maybe not make the name experiments, but maybe rename it to Saga. Because I was thinking like, on one of the trains, it says, hold on, let me just, right here in the train station. See, one of this, I don't know which sign is which though, I can't really see behind me. One of those signs says to Saga, but what if they renamed experiments, made it the Saga or train station or metro station, I don't know how you say it, but instead make one of these signs say Saga and the other one say experiments, which means like this train would allow you to play Saga, but one of you gets to play as Jonto. I know it could take a few weeks, maybe months to program all the Jonto stuff and do all the killing animations, but I think it would be really fun and would bring a lot of people back to the experiments. The train station. Sorry. I was just thinking like that would be really cool. I already know they're working on Saga level 2. Come on, that's easy. Like a hint. 2. Saga level 2. Okay. But still. Also, another thing I remembered is back in the offshore with the commander behind me, I was thinking, what if like they actually implement a story mode? Like, what if for like a big, what if it's like 10,000 tokens, so that way you can buy like continuation of story, or to unlock giant door or vault something, because the commander tells you that when you kill robots, it feeds this system, and then your path leads to the subway station, which means you're supposed to like kill a bunch of robots, feed it to the system, then eventually they were gonna make it lead you to the subway station, but never finished that. I was thinking that would be really cool if you would be able to go from offshore, fighting a bunch of robots, and then go to the experiments, continue the story, and then go into Saga where you, I don't know, hang out with Jonto. Besides that, I do think it's pretty good from here on there. I don't really think there's anything else I could cover. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I could cover. The shore is pretty good. I don't think there's no problems. I still do think they should add history. Like, make it an actual museum. And then move Shmackdown, make a prop hunt. Put it all into minigames. It literally says, new minigame. Like, I think the problem they're thinking about is that they changed the halls into separate minigames. But instead change one hall, make that separate hall minigames, and then put like Shmackdown, and then I guess also make a third one, which was, I was thinking like prop hunt, and then put it all into minigames, which would bring a lot of people back to minigames. Make a Jonto playable version of the levels, which would bring a lot of people back to the subway station, and continue the story from offshore to the subway station, which would bring a lot of people back to there, and there, which would be really great. And the history museum, make it a museum again, please. I actually kind of want to see how it is. I do kind of miss some of the history photos. I do like how they were originally showing like the 3D models in OG Shore, but that was OG Shore. Who knows, J-Man? And if you ever see this, please consider some of these thoughts. These are just ideas I had and would bring a lot of players back to each part of the game and be very cool. I know that you might not ever see this or even listen to any of these because you're still working on something that you're currently working on. But if you do see this, maybe take the time or opportunity to try and still implement these into the game. Now, there's still one. Oh, what the hell? Now, there's still one last question I need to ask you. Now, that's not the only reason I paused the video.
Can you please sub? Please, I really need it.
Now, beside that, obviously there is one thing. I was thinking, what if, for the Shmackle pad, in the quota section, there was like an advanced quota. Like sometimes you might have gone the mission before to like kill or get 1000 XP from one run, which means you have to get 2000 kills or kill a boss 20 times. And even killing the boss 20 times is crazy. I do actually have a method to grind for it, which is nice. But I don't think that it would be fair to do that quest and then only get 2 Shmackles. 2. Yeah, so I think it would be better if they had like advanced quota. Complete all your quota in the day and you get advanced quota missions. Each one more difficult than the last, giving you more Shmackles. Obviously, it would be even numbers because you don't want to mix it up, making it like 200, and you don't want to make it like 299 Shmackles, and you're like, come on, I gotta wait 24 more hours. What the heck? Yeah, so besides the little error of maybe doing odd Shmackle amounts, I do think it'd be nice to have like advanced quota. So that way, in case you're done, you can do more quota missions if you're not already busy. Then you get more Shmackles in a day. And it would be fun, I guess. I don't know. Hold on, let me get some Shmackles. Now that I've just grinded my Shmackles, smacking, stacking, spacking. Now, besides the advanced quota, I was also thinking maybe if not the advanced quota thing, then you could at least add more quota missions. First off, the new Smackdown, they made like, what if they did like win 3 Smackdowns and you get 2 Shmackles? Or if you do an insane amount of winning, you get a lot of smacking, stacking, packing. So, yeah, besides just make the Shmackle pad, make it have advanced quota or more quota missions so that we can at least get 10 every day. Not maximum every day, but like, I feel like the maximum could be like, well, maybe 20, you know? Yeah, maybe with the advanced quota, it could be like only 6 missions, but then you still like have one extra. Okay, maybe 8 missions, and then this one extra gives you like 4 Schmackles. Or 6 Schmackles, or however many. Yeah, but like advanced Schmackle quota. Now, that's not the only reason I paused the video.
Can you please sub? We are really need it.
Now, beside that, okay. Now,